Morning guys, welcome back to Derby Koi on this rather nice, you can see, rather nice day. It's very overcast this morning. We had some torrential rain first thing this morning, which actually turned it's not a bad little day at the moment, and it's fairly warm. We're at 14 at the moment, so yeah, all looking good. Everything's good now. Filters as normal, just cleaning. Main pond looking good. Just had a bit of a feed, still on the 100% wheat germ, and they're all feeding well. So yeah, holding decent temperatures, so not much way in the way of winter prep. Thankfully, no covers yet. Right, quickly over here. Now, as you can see, logs are gone. All been split and stacked, so those ones are done will be nice for next year, and I hopefully got enough for this year, which was seasoned, split and seasoned the end of last year, so hopefully we got enough for that. Right, I remember to lock off this time. So into the bunker. Right, now, let me open this up. I'm doing one-handed. Okay. Leak. Now, I've shut this down. It's been well over a week now, and the water hasn't dropped. It dropped them tiny little bit, you know, 2 or 3 mil like I said. Since then it hasn't dropped again, so it's not leaking. But as I said, there's water on the floor down this side. Now this actually the floor, obviously from the house over there, it slopes that way, so it slopes around or down a very slight slope, so all the water run off that way, any water outside, so there is a slight slope. So that didn't drop, that one did, and I thought, oh no, not this one. So I've been underneath, I've been searching like hell with the torch. I looked underneath, around the bottom drain, everything like that, couldn't find anything. So I thought, what the hell's going on? I've been racking my brains, can't figure it out. I thought, is it from the shower? So I've checked all the back of the shower, everything else over there, couldn't find it. And then I had a light bulb moment. I thought, is something leaking? One of the slide valves leaking? And then it occurred to me to check the waste valve, the slide valve on the Easy Pod. I disconnected the pipe and it's leaking. So all that water I've been losing has been going down the drain. Now, the reason I says it was wet over here, what I didn't realise is me messing around in here doing the heater and everything else, the pipe that was actually going into the drain wasn't quite fitting properly, because I must have knocked the pipe work and it was just out slightly. So when I was flushing the Easy Pod, 99% of it was going down the drain, but that 1% of it wasn't. So what it was doing, it was the drains over here, so what it was doing, because it's under the pressure coming out, a tiny bit of it was actually going onto the floor, and it was running down the, obviously the shed, and it was running down the back down there. Obviously if you can, I don't know if it's easy to see, but where the floor is, you've got the between the slabs, it was actually running down the back down there, and it's spreading out down the bottom, so it was giving me a bit of a wet patch down there. So that's where it was coming from. So to counteract that, this is my waste pipe. I've took it out the drain and I've just stuck it up here for now, so it can't go anywhere. But because I've done that, it is actually dripping very slightly here, down there. So I've got to try and sort that today. Now, I did look into changing this to a ball valve firstly, and at the moment it's going to have to wait because I can't afford it. To buy the tank connector that goes through the easy part, it's some like 20 quid, and then the ball valve which fits onto that, the single union ball valve, that's another 40 quid, 50 quid, somewhere around there, and at the moment I can't justify that. So what I'm going to do is, I'll come out here and show you what I've got here. Is this thing. Ooh, ooh, stay there. Now I've got this thing, this pipe work here, with 3 slide valves on it. Now obviously I can't set the slide valves off, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the seals out of those, or even the centre. I'll test it for leaks and I'll try them in there, just split them down. I've got 3 to try. Hopefully I'll have a good set out of them for now, and I can repair this slide valve. Yeah, so I can repair this slide valve to stop it leaking, and I won't lose any more water. As for this tank, at the moment I am going to keep it shut down. I'm going to drain the water out of it completely, because what I've got in the main tank at the moment is all doing well. I don't know if I've got a fingerprint on this thing now, it's gone all blurry. Yeah, everything's doing good in there at the moment. They're not overcrowded, they're all working well together, so I'll leave them in the big tank for now, and when the ones in the house start to outgrow the tank in there, I will set this one back up and get this one back up and running and put them in here. So for now I'm keeping this shut off, so I'm only running the one tank at the moment. Yes, I'm losing a bit of the bio off the shower, but with the load in here it's going to be fine. So yeah, that's what I'm up to now. So let me get on, sort this out, and I'll come back to you. Okay, so fail. That was a fail. I tested all 3 of those slide valves and they're leaking worse than this one. They are old, they have been sat there a while. So I took this one apart and cleaned the seals up, checked it all out, put it back together, make sure it was nice and tight. It's still leaking, not as much, so I need to sort it out. Now, as I said, looking into the single union ball valves and the tank connector you need for it, you're looking at 60-70 quid, something like that. And then I had a thought. I've got this. Now, let me spin you around and I'll show you what I thought. Whether it's going to work or not, I'll have to have a bit more think. It's going to work, but don't see why it wouldn't, so I'm going to have a look. I'll spin you around and I'll show you. Okay, my thoughts are, ooh, get down here. Obviously this slide valve's here. Now I thought about putting that, take obviously part off, sticking that onto there, like that, nice and tight on there, and then because the price is, I'll get one of these cheap Cotley Kai ones, and then that will go over there on that side. So in theory I will still have this still in place, leave the slide valve where it is, leave it open, or close it if I want, so it won't make any difference, and then that on there like so, and a ball valve, one of them cheap ball valves on this side. So I can pick one of those, where are we? One of these ones up, I don't know, about 14 quid, something like that, 15 quid on eBay. I can get one of those. Hopefully they seal okay. I haven't had any problems in the past with them. Don't see why they wouldn't. I know it's only a cheap thing, but it's worth a try for now. So yeah, I think that could be the way to go with that at the moment. Like I say, I can't justify paying 60, 70 quid or whatever they are, 50, 60, 70 quid for a tank connector to go through here, and then the ball valve on that one, big ball valve just for the waste. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's done that in the past. I may have to have a look around, see if anybody else has done something similar. If it will work, I don't know. But yeah, I did think about just changing the seals, but again, the seals you're looking at 10 or 12 quid. And a new ball valve would be close to that as well. A slide valve, sorry. So yeah, something to think about. The only thing about these ones, my only concern, is they can be a little tight. They do work, but they are a little tight. I don't know if these can be loosened up. They do get a little tight, them ones, where I know the pressure valve ones, the pressurised ones, the grey ones, you can alter them to make them easier to turn. And I'm thinking, while I'm on here and messing around with that, I'd have to make sure I secure it enough. I don't want to breaking all this out of here or damaging this as I'm trying to turn it. I don't know, but that was just a thought. At the moment, as you can see, I'm draining this tank down. Once that's drained down, I'll have this pod back up and running, and I'm gonna, again, I'll just have this pipe higher than the water level so it doesn't drop any water for now, and I'll put it back when I need it. But that's where I am. I don't know if it's just to bite the bullet and get the valve, just proper things I need, or just do that. I'm in two minds at the moment, so I'm gonna have a think. Okay, so it's midweek. I just haven't had a chance to do anything the last couple of days, so since the weekend anyway. Not the last couple of days, I suppose. Still haven't sorted this slide valve out yet. I've been far too busy. Really have been busy. But I did have a delivery yesterday. I ordered some more food. What I ordered was from Quenique. I ordered 6 kilos of Colour Plus, 6 kilos of Health and Vitality. I ordered a bit more wheat germ, and I ordered 2 kilos of Tozol grower. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be mixing the food in the bunker. I'm going to be putting Health and Vitality, Colour Plus, and a little bit of growth depending on temperatures in here. But I'll stick to those two, and as the smaller fish start to grow, they'll be on the Tozol grower food for those. I have got some premium growth as well, as I said, if I need to put it in. And next year the main pond is also going to be on some of this Colour Plus as well, see if we can get the colours out of them a little bit more. So I've got plenty of food for the winter, and hopefully I've still got a load of, I've probably got about 5 kilos of high growth left. So I'm mixing that with my Colour Plus and some Health and Vitality in the main pond. That will cover me for most of next year, I hope. If not, I'll order some more, but we'll see how we get on. So I'm very happy with that, with the food arriving. But unfortunately, the main pond, over the last couple of days, I have noticed a couple of the fish flicking and flashing. So I've got to go and sort them out and give them some scrapes. But what I remember, I've been asked to say a quick hello to Tracy Lester and her husband. They've asked me to say a quick hello. I know they watch together. He's the koi hobbyist. He's got his own little channel, I believe. And I know that Tracy has to watch it with him. So she's asked me to say hello. So hi you both, hope you're well, and thanks for watching. So yeah, great for that. Right, got to get on with these scrapes. Hopefully I can find out if there's an issue. I've done all water tests yesterday, done full water test, everything was fine. So hopefully I don't want to find anything, but because of flashing I do want to find it so we can get it sorted before the temperatures drop too much in there, because temperature's still not too bad at the moment. They are starting to drop a little bit, so in the next week, maybe two, I think the covers might be going on in the next two weeks maybe. We'll have to see, unless we have a bit of a spike in the weather again. So let's get these scrapes done and I'll come back and let you know what we'll find. Okay guys, so scrapes done, absolutely soaked, piddling down a rain. So yes, done the scrapes, and this is what I found. Fluke. Now, I was hoping I wouldn't find anything, but I'm glad I have. You know, everybody, you know your fish when you know they're not right. There's something definitely wrong. So I'm glad I actually found them. Unfortunately, I haven't got enough bloody Learn-X Pro. I thought I had enough for a full dose, and I haven't. So I'm gonna have to order some. Hopefully, I can get it here for tomorrow. If not, it'll be the day after. I don't want to give it a half dose and then having to give it another dose again. I'd rather get the full dose and nuke them. I don't want to keep throwing chemical in, all that stuff. So at least I know what it is now, so I can get that sorted, and hopefully no more issues before the winter. I suspected fluke, to be honest. I was suspecting that because I've read a few forums and things like that where people said they're getting fluke again this time of year. So yeah, at least it's sorted. Also, I want to say a massive thank you to Phil G at Phil G's Koi Pond. He sent me 2 boxes of these for Bisley. Massive thank you. Bisley loves these. I do have to ration them. So yeah, massive thank you, Phil. I really do appreciate that. So if you haven't already, pop over, check him out, give him a subscribe. I think he's just reached his 500 subs. Congratulations. So let's see if we can get to the next milestone. So yeah, fluke found, Learn-X Pro on order. Still haven't sorted my ball valve out for this yet, or slide valve. I'm not going to do what I said by putting that rubber boot on, and one of those can be a bit difficult to turn. So if I'm going to go ball valve, I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and go for a proper ball valve for about 35-40 quid, unless I can get a cheaper one, of course, anywhere cheaper. Also got to buy the tank connector for the Easy Pod for that, so we can get that sorted. Yeah, and that'll be great. So that's it for now. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Pop on over to Facebook, check me out on that one. Until the next one, stay safe, job's a good one.